All right, what a day. Started from the top. Welcome back, everybody, to Invite Only, your weekly nerdy news, gossip gospel, gaming news show program on Twitch. Next to me, I have my co-host, Mike D.
What is up?
Dirty D Cheeks _ Junior.
I like how you stuck with the thing because like when you first started hosting, you didn't really know for like the intro,
I got it now.
and
30
then
episodes in.
and you just stuck with that though, like the entire time. It wasn't like a.
Feels good now.
Let's try to find something
Gossip
else.
gospel, nerdy news. Now you say
Just
it.
throwing a lot of words at you. Gospel, nerdy
Gobble,
news, gobble.
How you been?
I'm good. Been playing some Avengers. I've only dabbled a little bit more in Avengers. Not a lot of video
Play
game
together.
playing. Yes, we
We're
do.
talking about it, but we haven't done it. We need
Yeah.
to do it.
I know. I heard I want to finish it before Crash Bandicoot comes out, which we'll talk about later. But I heard it's kind of a grind to finish.
The game?
Yeah, like as like the story. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm in a weird place
do it
right now.
together.
But yeah, I mean, I'm good. Been better though. You know what I mean?
That's good.
I can finally talk about it somewhat.
Okay.
I lost a dream job.
All right, before you get into that, let me just say what's up to my producer behind you.
Yo,
my
yo.
man Adrian in the back. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
You good?
Ready?
You gonna
Yeah,
hit the-
excited for the show.
You gonna hit the right buttons today?
Yeah. I
You gonna
mean,
click the right videos? Nothing's.
everything's good.
We'll see.
Everything's
We'll
good.
see.
He doesn't
Alright.
understand instructions.
Well, I mean, when someone says one thing, but that's not the
Start
actual-
recording. What button starts the
All right,
recording?
Mr. Krabby.
I'm not
that-
crabby.
And as you know, I'm your host, That Kid Fuzz, aka Shawn So Nasty, the one and only, the true podcast god. Some have told me. Yeah, what were you saying though about your dream job? We can cut back to that real quick.
I like completely moved on from it. I
Sensual.
felt like it was not important. You know what I mean? No, I'm
You're-
just
you're
kidding. Just kidding.
Come
No,
on, let us
I
know.
was just kidding. I
Tell
was
the
just kidding.
people.
I'm debating still on doing like a separate like breakout video of it. But yes,
should.
I think I am. I gave a lot of
think you
thought
are?
at work today. I think I am. I wasn't
think
gonna do it.
you
I was
are?
gonna give it some time. But you let me know. Tweet at me. Let me know if you want to see that video. Because I'm basically some tips out there if you want to join the industry. I think it would be very helpful. But yes, I lost my dream job. 100%. You might be saying, why, Mikey? Why did you lose your dream
I don't
job?
want to ask why, but I know if you were gonna just get into why.
No. You why? I mean, I'll talk about it.
Why,
Like, I'm
Mikey?
just gonna talk about it. Essentially, I was gonna get a games industry job.
Okay.
And this is what I've been dealing with on top of all the other nonsense I've been dealing with for this year. So this is just the latest. So that's why I kind of went quiet on Twitter. That's why Completely Consensual kind of stopped for a little while. Was because and then we were gonna have a town hall. If you remember the town hall that we tweeted
I
out
was
about.
low-key excited, and then I know you wanted to change things around.
No, yeah. Well, we had to adjust things because I was gonna get a games industry job. And you might be like, why? How'd you lose your dream job? Twitter. And you might be saying, what? Mike, what did you say on Twitter? And
Follow me on
frankly,
Twitter.
I wish I said something
That Kid
wrong.
Fuzz.
It was a bunch of like tweets that weren't like bad tweets, like at all.
Like, give me an example. What do you mean? Like, not like bad tweets.
There was one with at Tambo Vlogs. Fuck you. You know, Tambo, my
Just that
roommate,
was it? Just fuck
producer.
you?
That was one of them. There's 60.
There was 60 of the fuck you.
No, there's one of the fuck you, and there's another one where I don't know if you remember Whitney Cummings. She had like blackmailers. Like
Sounds real dangerous.
get
though, I'm
her-
not gonna lie to you.
no.
It's a lot
Well,
of-
no.
It's a lot of-
Not the name, but she had like a leaked like somebody got a hold of one of her like nipple photos,
Oh, so
and then
somebody
she
does-
leaked it before they leaked it. Like she put it out there, like
okay.
basically. So that was one of them.
Like, you liked that one or you tweeted about
I liked it. There's a lot of likes. More than half of them were likes.
it? Liking is dangerous. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been
Apparently,
liking a lot of stuff.
but here's the stuff. None of the stuff was like wild. So like it wasn't like I was on here being like the Ku Klux Klan, man. They have some good ideas. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
none of it. Like it was nothing like that.
Yeah.
So I might do a video where it's like me and Tambo might do a video where it's like me kind of going tweet by tweet, just being like, hey, look out for this. You probably, if you're looking to get into the games industry, might want to be cautious of this because some companies, this is their standard for it. Not mad in like any way. Like it kind of sucks. I lost it, but there's nothing on the company.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say who the company is, but It sucks, man.
So like, do you think if you would have went back and like deleted some of your tweets, would be good? Or
Sure, but like that's just not what it was. Like it wasn't anything. Like I said, it wasn't me being like hateful or crazy or saying. And that's why I want to do the video, because I kind of want to go through like everyone and just be like, you can see there's nothing that's like. So if you're doing
how
things,
far did they go back? Because like I feel like I have tweets. Like if we were to go back in my tweets, because I feel like as soon as I'd apply,
I'm
like,
sure
it's
some
like
employers
high school bad.
some employers go back further. This one seemed to be only a couple years.
Okay.
So this one was only seemed to be a couple of years, so it's not terrible. It's just the stuff that they found they wanted to. No, even that. Like you saw my tweets. I went through some of the tweets with you.
Yeah.
One of them was this one got marked for drugs. It was my dad is doing 13 to 30, or it was like 23 to 30 years in prison for less than like 6 ounces of weed. LMFAO. All right. Like that's one of the ones that.
All right.
So that's one that got like flagged. So it's like a bunch of tweets like those. So just kind of a shitty week overall.
Hot shit. I had a decent week. Did you get your PS5? You got your PS5.
Yeah, that's the positive after Tech Fever. During Tech Fever, Tambo actually pre-ordered his PS5, and then after he was like, "I got my PS5," I was like, "I'm gonna be so pissed if you got a PS5. I'm not getting a PS5." And then he was like, "It's live right now." And then I was like, "Awesome!" So then we got that, and then Kevin was like, "Hey, like go wake up Flowers." And then I woke you up in a dead sleep.
Shout out to Kev, because I was hitting him up amongst a bunch of people. I was hitting them up trying to get some updates, because like everybody's doing the same thing. So I'm trying to figure out like where's it live, like who's getting through, who's actually what I mean. Hit up Kev. Kev came through for me. Shout out to Kev. I got one. You got one. I think Tambo got one. I think Compa got one. Did you get one, Adrian?
Compa got two.
Compa got two?
No, I
By
did
the way,
not.
fuck Compa. He's dead to us. He's watching the Raiders game instead of being here for you. So that shows Adam Wittra. Go tweet at Compa. Tell him, hey, you piece of shit. Football's more important than me.
And then he won't respond.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't get one. I wish I did, but nah, I wasn't able to snag one. I was a little too late.
You were too late?
Yeah.
Did you really want it?
Yeah, I did actually.
I don't think you wanted it.
I'm super excited for Spider-Man. I mean, that's like.
Yeah,
Flowers got a point. I don't think you really wanted it, because I feel like if you really wanted it, you would have got one.
I tried. I can only get it through like one place though.
That was like the highlight of my week. Honestly, I thought I had a good weekend, and then like I got this pizza, and like I love pizza. Like I have pizza night probably like 3-4 times a week. 4 times a week is excessive. Maybe like 3 times a week, because I fuck with pizza. Shut up.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's excessive.
Shut up.
That is very excessive.
No. But I'm saying for him, I wouldn't say that's like out of the normal.
Oh no.
That he gets it
Cool,
5
we
days a
chilling.
week.
So I get this pizza, and I'm excited. Not even like a crazy pizza. Like it was really like a cheese pizza. Get it, take a couple bites. That was cool. It was my weekend, so I'm chilling. I'm late night. I think I was playing like Spellberg with my nephew, and fucking I don't know what it was, but like I literally had to jump up, run to the bathroom, and like I was throwing up, and like I had diarrhea, so it was like a lot going on, a lot of smells. I almost passed out in the toilet. I was like, okay. And I just like ran to my bathroom at 3:00 in the morning, and just died, and then just passed out on my bed, and then I've been in recovery this whole weekend.
Yeah.
So that's how I.
So was it just the throwing up, or was it the squirties?
It was a lot of everything, squirting out the back, squirting out the front.
Everywhere. It was one of those?
It was real explosive.
Did you throw out the rest of the pizza?
Of course.
No,
I had no more.
a real man would. Oh, you had no more? You ate the entire pizza?
I threw it away.
Oh, okay.
Why would I eat the pizza that I believe fucked me up?
Because I feel like, that's the right thing to do,
To continue eating?
Commit.
To what?
To the pizza. You bought the pizza.
It's poison.
Maybe that one time. I've done that before. One time I had a burrito, ate half of it, didn't have sit good with me. But then I ate the other half because I paid for it. You know what I mean?
And you were fine.
And then I was fine the second time.
So what you get, like antibodies?
Yeah,
You're
it's
immune?
like coronavirus.
After the first try, you're immune the second. All right, let's get into some news.
News.
So, amongst the chaos, everything was going on. Xbox is buying Bethesda.
Breaking today. Like as we're recording this, Monday morning, they open it up with this news, which I thought was insane.
So they're buying Zenimax Media, which includes studios like Bethesda, ID, Arkane, among some of the new titles.
ID. Id?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had a bet with Adrian because he fucked it up earlier today too. He called it ID.
I made a bet with myself, so keep going.
Okay. Well, Id, Arkane, among some of those developing studios. And it leaves me sitting like they make a couple of games I really like. Like I like Fallout. I like Elder Scrolls. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some more games, but those are like 2 game titles that I really fuck with.
Mhm.
And now I feel like they may become exclusive.
No, so I was actually having this conversation with Adrian at work today.
What's up?
So here's the thing. I
Which
wasn't
I
really
disagree with.
remember. No, because I think it's pretty clear on what there came in. Remember for a while, I was like, what the fuck is Xbox's game plan, right?
Mhm.
Like, how are they going to make money off, like, how are they going to sell a console essentially? And then with this news and then EA Play joining Games Pass, they're not trying to sell consoles. The console's there if you want it and if you bought a console before, or if you don't want to spend money on like a $1,000 PC or a $2,000 PC.
Yeah.
That's what the console's for, right? But at the end of the day, they're trying to sell Game Pass. Like,
Pushing Game Pass.
yeah,
heavy.
that's I think that is they're not trying to sell consoles. They're trying to sell Game Pass. And one, this makes Game Pass extremely enticing. Two, Microsoft's not one to make things exclusive. Like Minecraft's not exclusive on Xbox or Xbox and PC.
Yeah.
So what I see happening is we're gonna get these games on PlayStation, right?
Mhm.
But if you want to play, which this is actually a possibility now, Fallout New Vegas 2 on
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
yeah, because they own Obsidian, who did the
Right.
first one. If so, they own all the IP for all these games. If you want to play Fallout New Vegas 2 on PS4, you can. You're paying $60 or
70.
$70, right?
Get it right.
Or for $10, you can play it, and you have all the EA Play games, you have all the Xbox exclusive games, and you have all the Bethesda games.
So you're saying we're not gonna get exclusivity from these titles? Like they're not gonna make any exclusive games. They're just gonna be
Correct. I think smaller
Xbox,
games.
Microsoft owned.
I think smaller games from these studios might be like exclusive only on Xbox and Games Pass. But I think at the end of the day, we're still gonna get Fallout, or we're still gonna get Fallout. We're still gonna get Skyrim on
like those bigger titles are still gonna be
PlayStation.
on multiple
But think about
platforms.
it. So now they're cashing in on the PlayStation audience, $70, right?
Right.
Which that's $70 for each of those games on another platform.
Yeah, and they're good titles too.
in good titles.
Yeah, Doom.
And then they have the people who are like, well, I have a PlayStation, but all these titles I can get for $10 on Games Pass. So then they pull in Games Pass subscribers, but the people who don't want to do Games Pass and just want to play the next Fallout, they get $70 off of them.
Mhm.
So either way, it's a win-win for them. Because at the end of the day, they're not trying to push the console.
Right.
Wait, sorry.
You're good. Yeah, at the end of the day, they're not trying to push the console, but I think it's weird that Xbox, like, you think Xbox is trying to just step away from console? Because I was under the impression, like, I don't know the corporate, the ladder and how revenue works within these, these big corporate companies, but I would assume for a company like Microsoft, right? Xbox, they're making most of their revenue off of hardware, consoles,
Mhm.
the actual controllers they sell, the actual physical console, the accessories, yada yada, the whole thing. And then secondary stream revenue would be from the games. But now it seems like they're trying to push that away, kind of double in the revenue, giving it from console and PC now. I don't know if that's gonna, it seems like they're gonna double down on that to make the difference between the console stream.
Yeah, well, I think they're very smart because they've never been a dominant world, like in terms of like the world market.
Mhm.
They're not super dominant. Like they have the USA, like that's where it's competitive between PlayStation and Xbox.
Right.
But outside of the US, they don't sell a ton. Right?
So do you think it's a good move by Microsoft to capitalize?
Yeah,
on
because
the
they're
US
not going to be
studios?
able to beat PlayStation worldwide. Like they're just not, unless they really double down on like things like JRPGs. And I mean, to be honest, PlayStation has such a stronghold on Japan and the UK and Germany. Like all the countries outside the US. I think them doubling down on this, basically, they're gonna keep the same people who want to buy an Xbox.
Yeah.
The next Xbox, right? The guy who only plays Madden and Call of Duty, right?
Yeah.
That's what the console's there for. It's for the people who don't want to buy a PC, who don't want to, essentially, like they want to keep in the Xbox ecosystem. So they're going to keep and retain those sales. But I feel like the thing that they're pushing is Games Pass. They care more about Games Pass subscribers, which Adrian, you were telling me it went up how much?
5 million. 5 million subscribers in the last year.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
No. Sorry, he was bringing it up earlier, so that's why I
know,
went to
I'm
him
just
on the
playing
top
with
of
you. Go
his
ahead.
head. But so I feel like their strategy is just cash in on the people on PlayStation by making them buy the $70 games, and then the people who have Games Pass, they get it for $10 and more.
Right.
And then let's say year 3, year 4 of this, and you're paying for Games Pass and Xbox Live, monthly or like every year. You've now surpassed the price of a console, pretty much.
And that's what they're banking on.
And that's what they're banking on. Well, and on top of the already console sales, they're doing what Stadia should have done.
Just make a console to begin with, and then
Make a console, and then because they added xCloud to Games Pass too.
Yeah.
So now you have cloud gaming on your phone and on your Chromecast.
New question.
Yes.
So since Xbox is making this move now,
Yep.
they bought in Bethesda. It came with all these studios and talking to you,
came
right?
with the money. Money talks.
Does this now create like a monopoly within the games industry? You know what I mean? Because like now Xbox, above all the new titles they have acquired over just the recent years, especially I think last year or the last 2 years, they've acquired a lot of titles. Now they've bought in Bethesda. Now you're getting a bunch of new titles that are going to be solely under the Microsoft umbrella. And I mean, it kind of looks like when Disney took Marvel. And like now Disney's like the whole home like base for like Marvel content. You can only get that's going to be attached to Disney, which obviously you're going to have everything attached. Like Fallout's only going to be attached to Microsoft. Blah blah blah. You think that kind of fucks with like the industry as far as like maybe like competition?
Competition wise, yes. Monopoly, no. I mean, because you still have, EA plays on it, but EA is still independent, right?
Yeah.
You have Activision, you have PlayStation, you have Nintendo. Like, it's definitely, you're not, you don't have a monopoly on it. And then you still have people like Nick DiPaolo who make games, right? And like games don't necessarily are not all this like AAA, developer. And even Apex started with a smaller team than like a full AAA, full-fledged team. So it's one of those things where it's, I think Xbox needed to do this to stay competitive. Like they needed a big purchase like this. We were talking about we were talking about WB being sold, remember?
Right.
And like how how that would
titles,
be a good
Mortal
scoop
Kombat,
up
Injustice, yep.
for Xbox. But also on this, it's not like Sony bought them. If Sony bought them, they'd all be exclusive. Which I think I still wouldn't be mad. I still wouldn't think it was a monopoly on things. I just think Xbox has a different strategy, and also I think there's. It's a bit different in the production world, like the video world, like in terms of like movies and TV, because there's only so many big like studio names.
So I actually looked this up a little bit because I was confused because like I was assuming this would be a monopoly as far as like on games and like Microsoft is now gonna, like you said, like if this was Sony buying this, then like these all be exclusive, then you wouldn't be able to get these titles on Xbox at all, right? So that's the monopoly I was thinking of. But so what Disney and Fox did was called a horizontal merger. So a horizontal merger is when you get two competitors in the same market are combined. But in contrast, Xbox and Zenimax, it was called a vertical merger. So with the vertical merger, you can still have customer concerns over monopoly pricings. Oh, wait, hold on. I read the wrong side. I'm sorry. Problems of vertical mergers have the potential to arise when these deals impact competition. Hope, which is the financial advantage they had there, says that there's a hypothetical argument that consoles can exclusives can negatively impact competition. I didn't really explain to you what a vertical merger was, but essentially it's when you get a company that buys out another company, but it doesn't. Pregnant pause for you.
Oh, were you waiting for him?
I don't really know what a vertical merger is.
Because here's the thing. You started with, I did a lot of research.
Because I didn't have the piece
in
in the article. Let me just go to the article and read it straight from the article.
At least be honest, you know what I mean? I did some of the research.
No, because I
looked at Google 10 seconds before the show.
To clean up some of the slack from Flowers, because he clearly did not prepare. Pretty much a vertical merger is just like two opposing industries or kind of businesses. So obviously Disney and Fox are both, in the entertainment industry, making movies and stuff. So that's a linear merger. Whereas Xbox doesn't own, I guess it can be considered that because Xbox doesn't make games, but they make consoles.
They're a publisher.
Yeah, they're more of a publisher. Whereas this is more of a vertical vertical.
Right.
Sure.
So saying all that to say, it's a little different and it works a little bit different as far as legality goes. Yeah. So it's technically not a monopoly, but it could be one with exclusives.
Well, here's the thing: exclusives breed competition. So
but how does this breed competition?
You don't think Sony's looking at this being like, "Fuck, we need to make a move. Like, we need like
yeah, I mean,
we cannot
buying more studios, right?
Not even just buying more studios, but in terms of like, hey, like."
Double down on quality?
We need our first party to really step it up. Like Days Gone, like the next game from Ben's studio cannot be a Days Gone. Like they need to have a hit. Like, and I think there's going to be a lot more resources poured into their studios because, to be honest, PlayStation still sits with the best first party studio. I'd say even after this acquisition, I would still say, yeah, that's what's it. I would still say Sony has a better first party lineup in terms of studios. So, and also it's like, okay, Xbox would be like, all right, our games are $80. Okay, but then I would just be like, well, PlayStation got all this good shit over here and Nintendo's got all this good shit over here. I just won't pay the $80. Like, that's not really a monopoly. Whereas a monopoly, like if Xbox owned everything and they're like, it's $80.
I think it'd be a monopoly if like Xbox bought PlayStation.
Yeah, I think we're getting in the more monopoly area if it is like, Xbox bought PlayStation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
Or even Nintendo, to be honest.
Yeah.
Nintendo bought PlayStation.
If one of the big three got,
imagine if Nintendo and PlayStation merged.
There's no way that goes
like and
through.
Just created like a super fucking Japan market fucking for games.
I mean, yeah, dude, that would be on fire.
They'd fucking take over the world.
Get my Sackboy Cross Mario,
Sackboy Cross Mario
game I've been waiting for my entire life.
Fucking put Sackboy in Smash finally.
Oh man, that'd be good. Oh, now we're talking.
I'd said it first. Let's get into the next piece of news. Crash Bandicoot 4. It's time.
It's demo. About time, you son of a bitch.
It's closer. When does this come out?
October 3rd, 4th.
Oh, I knew you would know. I didn't know, but I knew you would.
It comes out the same day as Squadrons.
Have you seen the new gameplay?
Yeah.
How you feel about it?
I'm so excited for this game. Like,
so I seen they were talking about like new spins and like I guess like new armor pieces and aura for the characters, and I don't know if you read a little bit about it, but like how I guess like there's multiple different versions of the same level.
Yeah, so they basically with the levels on like platformers or in games in general, you know, when you're playing a story game and all of a sudden there's an avalanche happening and you have to like avoid that. So like they added these reverse like basically bonus levels where then you go back and you play as like Cortex making the avalanche happen.
Oh, I did see that. Can you skip to around like maybe like 15 minutes?
So that's like the multiple different levels and then you can go back and play the level again. And then it will be changed based on like that middle thing that happened. So there's just a lot of replayability in it. Like I heard this.
This is him stopping time.
I've heard from people. This game is huge. Like it's
content-wise?
It's a big game content-wise. And just from what I've seen too. And then like the different gameplay mechanics with the masks. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for it. And I'm just so excited, you know what I mean? And here's the thing too, is they're doing things different, but they're doing things right. In terms of the actual game. It's not like we're getting a Crash Man over Mutant where it's just a mess. Like they're completely changing the formula of Crash. They're keeping the formula of Crash, they're just modernizing it, which makes me really excited. Like looking at this with somebody who has no interest for Crash, like what are you thinking?
I'm thinking like it looks like there's a lot to do. There's like multiple ways. Like I like the freedom it looks like I have as far as like how am I going to complete this game? Like he has his little fucking Frogger moments going here. He's spinning around. But I think he could have just went straight across when he first started doing this instead of taking this route. So it looks like there's like maybe multiple routes, which not surprising to a platformer.
Different.
I like that.
Routes and no, I don't think it's different routes. I just think there's different, like, you know, like off to the right there. See how I opened up that box there?
Yeah.
So you can play it a couple different ways. You can just run through the level and not worry about getting like the crates, but you get these things called gems if you get all the crates. Oh. So it adds another depth of it. So if you just want to run through and play it like as a fun platformer, that's fine. It's actually easier. But if you want to get all the crates, it's more of a challenge because like you have to, you know, it takes a lot to not die and actually crack all the crates.
You know what I find interesting about this game or just these types of games in general? Like, it doesn't seem like they advertise the story. Like, you'll give you a bunch of gameplay, they'll give you a bunch of mechanics, but like
Yeah.
I feel like you talk about Crash's story and how like the Cortex and the Wampa Wampa and this and that and
The Wampa Wampa.
Can you scroll back a little bit in the demo? I didn't realize it was towards the end, maybe like in the middle. But like the Wampa Wampa and like I haven't seen anything about the story, so like I don't know if like the story's gonna suffer because like you said, there's a big game, a lot of content, a lot of levels, I'm sure, but like
that is what you worry about, but Crash's story formula is pretty, I wouldn't say simple. What is this guy's not paying attention at all? You know what I mean? Look at the menu up there.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I did not know.
No, it's one of those things where it's look, I talk about Crash's story because I was a huge dork growing up and I loved like that Crash lore.
Yeah.
But it's not like some complex Last of Us 2 story. Like it's very simple to hit what makes the appeal of Crash Bandicoot stories. Like the characters are appealing enough to where, I mean, this is a direct sequel to Warped, so I feel like they have the story pretty much ironed out. The story is just something that, you know, keeps you going and, you know, gives you these awesome cutscenes.
I mean, you say that, but I've heard you also say, like, I remember, I think after Crash 3, you remember, I think you told me, like, they had, like, another game that you didn't like at all. And you remember you telling me, like, the story in that game was just so bad and it took a whole different direction. And it was just, like, such a bad Crash game. I don't remember the name of that game, but I know it was in between 3 and this game. And it was a console game. And
I mean, Wrath of Cortex.
There it is.
I mean, there's a lot of bad about that game.
But I mean, the biggest thing I've heard you complain about is like the story. Like the stories just didn't line up and like nothing made sense.
I wouldn't say that's the biggest thing, but I mean, that's definitely one thing where it was just kind of like, okay, well, like, what's the point of all this? I don't know. There's something to it. It's almost like a cartoon, right?
Yeah.
There's good cartoons and bad cartoons, or cartoons that you like and cartoons you don't like.
Okay.
You got to think of like the Crash story as like a good cartoon. Like there's a lot set up there. You like the characters, you like the story, but obviously you're not going to get like The Boys season 2, like kind of type of story out of it. It's a different experience.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about these games. Now, there is another Crash game called Crash Insanity. Now, just to explain the story thing.
So you know exactly what games I was talking about.
No, there's another one. This one has like it's gameplay focused, but honestly, the story is what shines in that game because it's funny. Like there's a lot of personality to it.
There's a lot of cutscenes.
Yeah, there's they had tons of cutscenes, and like the worlds were really pretty. And like I said, you already like these established characters, and like I don't know, there's just something about it. There's a lot of charm to a Crash Bandicoot game, whereas a Sonic game, I don't necessarily wouldn't think of. I mean, some people might, but like the story isn't something that I'm sure people are like, oh, I love Sonic for. Whereas Crash has a little bit of both, like the gameplay and the like, you know, the overall experience of it, yes, but the game there's just something about the Crash Bandicoot stories, man, that just really hit a nostalgia bone for me. I mean, I could say the same thing about Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, and Sly Cooper too.
You know, Xbox should bring back Portal. Like, I really want to get into that again. That was really fun.
Portal? What brings up Portal?
Portal?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What brings up Portal?
What's Portal have to be relevant to Crash Bandicoot?
It's not, but like it's another platform I really enjoyed.
Yeah, no, Portal was good.
I mean, I think it was funner than Crash Bandicoot, but
no, Crash 2, one of the best games of all time.
Tomato, tomato, you know. Let's double back. We were talking about a lot of Xbox.
Sorry, real quick. He saw the gameplay up. You see how he just plashed that TNT crate?
Yeah.
That drives me insane. Just hit it. You could have had a gem.
Well, he did it for the demo.
You know? He's bad. Who is this? IGN?
Nerd.
Disgraceful.
Nerd. All right. Let's talk about PS5 a little bit, because you got one, right?
I did. Secure the bag. Thank you, Tambo Vlogs. I appreciate you. You're my best friend.
So, so PS5 boss, what's his name again? Let's look at his name. Ryan. Give me the last name. Ryan.
I'm drawing a blank to it.
That is his last name. His first name is Jim.
Jim Ryan.
Jim Ryan. But PS5 CEO. He talks a little about how the low spec consoles at low price haven't produced pleasing results, and that's why they didn't do it this year. I mean, they did make the digital edition. Which edition did you get, by the way?
Digital.
They had some left?
Yeah, that's the one I got. You got the physical?
I got the physical. I'm not mad. Whatever. I kind of did one physical and one digital, though.
Frankly, digital is selling faster from what it seems on the pre-order pages.
I heard that they had like 25% of the inventory that the regular PS5 had.
That could be it too.
So
okay,
interesting.
Well, Jim Ryan talked a little about why they didn't decide to make a lower spec console like said competitors did.
Cough.
So he says, this is a quote by Jim Ryan himself. First of all, let me say that we respect the judgment and philosophy of our competitors, but obviously price is an important factor and we respect the strategy of our competitors. That said, we're completely convinced of our strategy and its implications. One thing I would say is that introducing a low-spec console at a low price range hasn't produced pleasing results in the past, or in this industry's past. We have also considered such an approach, but I also know that other operators have tried and have problems. Ryan says that conclusion comes from research that says customers want to invest in a console for long term and use it for as long as 7 years. We want the products we buy to be future proof. Ryan says we're not looking to buy a product that will become obsolete in a few years. I think Jim Ryan hit it right on the fucking head, and everybody who bought a PS5 is in it for the long game.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking it up. This is for the show. I'm not just on my phone.
Okay.
I'm trying to look at which consoles in the past have come out with a lower spec version. Because honestly, I can't think of really any other than PlayStation 4 and Xbox.
Honestly, I'm thinking about the Game Boys, PlayStation 4 and Xbox.
No, Game Boys.
Game Boys when you had the Game Boy.
Yeah, but those were all different systems. Those were all step ups. There was like even PS4.
I mean, PS4
came out as
and
one.
PS4 Pro are just a step up, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I think I don't know what he's saying. So did the PS4 not do well? Because that's a lie.
I mean, I believe he's saying along the lines of like maybe how they didn't imply the 4K like Blu-ray, and so like they couldn't really have that on their next console.
What he means, I think, is
at launch.
Yeah, so he means like if the PS4 Pro was the original console and they released like the regular PS4 at the same time, right?
Yeah, who's done that?
No one. I don't.
Yeah, so what the fuck is he talking about?
This guy is said a lot.
He's
of
taking
shit.
shots. All right, he's trying to take shots.
He
at
said
Xbox.
a lot of shit out of his ass. Lately.
The only thing I can think of an example of is when the DS came out, they launched the Game Boy Micro. Just because they were afraid that the DS was going to fail. Yeah. So at least they'd have the Game Boy to like make up for it. And then it was the opposite where DS really took off and then the Micro, they ended up discontinuing it.
The Switch Lite.
No.
That's a lower, I mean.
But they didn't come out at the same time. That's what I'm saying is like, what the fuck's he talking about? Because I can't think. Did Dreamcast have one? I don't think so.
No.
Was there? I mean, it's really just the Xbox
and the PlayStation. Not the Game Gear, the Sega one, the stupid one, the Saturn, where all the different attachments, I guess.
Oh, like the DVD.
But like, dude, that's the 90s. Like, what are you?
What is this?
80s, 90s.
I mean, I think he hits a point saying that the technology you buy with lower specs will become obsolete after like year 2, year 3.
Yeah,
and I think he's here to say like the the PS5 is going to be running strong.
I think he's just mad that Xbox beat him on price.
You think he's mad Xbox beat him on price?
Yeah, I mean it is a little bit of saving face, and I do see 100%. His point, and I agree with the point. I like everybody. It's funny. Do you see all the people getting mad on Twitter that PlayStation said they believe in generations? People were getting mad at that. It was like, then don't buy a PlayStation. Like, what is your?
Oh, is that because it's not going to be playable like PS3 games and shit like that?
Yeah, in terms of like the next generation.
That is pretty big, actually, though.
Though? It's like
you don't think.
When has that ever been a thing?
Are you really not going to buy a PS5 because you can't play fucking
PS3 games?
No.
Motorsport or the RC Motorsport by fucking a defunct studio that came out on the PS3.
Not at all games on the console.
But I think it's a big deal that Xbox is able to incorporate backwards compatibility when PS5 can't.
100%.
I think I don't.
I mean, can the Xbox Series X play like 360 games?
Yeah, and Xbox games.
Yeah, they said that.
Yeah, it's a positive. It's a positive. There's a good strategy. Yeah. PlayStation, like I just like people being like, ugh. Believe in generations, and it's also like Xbox is going to be more going toward like this one like Xbox Game Pass, X Cloud, like that's going to be the future. Whereas PlayStation's like, no, we're going to have hardware generations where the next one is going to be significantly better than the last, instead of like releasing it on everything. Which people are like, oh, like PlayStation's releasing Spider-Man on both, and it's like, no, that always is the case in the beginning of a generation, but you're not going to see year 4, 5 PS5 games come out on PS4. It's just not going to happen.
It kind of makes sense on why the Series X is over-spec'd now that we talked about it, because like it makes sense because like PS5 clearly optimized it to run the most efficiently, most the smoothest possible. Alleged. Like I don't have one yet. Coming soon, November 12th. Plus about the most smoothest console, aka future-proof console. But then you have the Series X, which literally we just I guess confirm runs pretty much 2-generation old games. It's a big ass tower. It's gonna be running these games at 4K, 120 frames.
Than the PS5.
Like clearly, they just want to give you this Xbox that's gonna be able to run everything. Like it's literally just the hardware, just to put the disc in and run the games. I don't know if it's gonna run the games to the best degree. I mean, that's why it's over spec. So hopefully it could run those games, like those old 360 games. Hopefully, like you do get like a 4K upscaled or like a super sampled version on this over spec ass console, because like that's pretty much what it's built for. That's what it feels like.
Well, and here's the thing too. It's like Xbox is going to be, they said they're releasing games on everything. So Xbox, if you have an Xbox One now, you'll get Xbox, Series X games on it. And PlayStation is very much like, okay, they're doing it right now, but they're not going to be doing it year 4. And they're taking different strategies, which I appreciate, because it just doesn't work out for Xbox playing the same game Sony does, because they just don't have that clout in the rest of the world. Mm-hmm. So seeing them do things like Games Pass and seeing them do things like backwards compatibility, who knows? You might force Sony's hand. Like that's the beauty of competition. I also don't think Sony's wrong with saying that they believe in generations in terms of, I like the generation. Yeah. I like the new hardware. I like thinking like, okay, I moved on from the old hardware. I can't, I'm buying this because I can't play these games on this. And that's why Ratchet & Clank's not coming to PS4, because it physically is not possible. They even talked about it because of, how you warp from like world to world with no loading. That's all only possible on the PS5.
That should be more exciting to me than me feeling like, I can play like my PS3 Tekken 6 on my PS5.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited about.
Like, I'm excited for this possible game to be played on this console, not me able to play this old game that I really enjoyed back in the day on my new console with my old friends, with servers that won't have anyone else but us.
Look, if I wanted to play, I mean, here's the thing too, is like a lot of the games are getting remastered. Like if I want to play Crash Bandicoot, I'll just play the Insane Trilogy.
Yeah.
Like that's the beauty of what's happening right now. And let's say it is like I want to play Toomba.
What?
Toomba, Deep Cut. I want to play Toomba on the PS1, right? I have a PS1. I'll just buy Toomba on eBay for $21 and go play Toomba.
Have you heard of this game?
No.
I'm almost curious what the game is. I'm sure it's an old ass game.
I don't think it even exists. I think he's just making it up.
He probably just.
It seems like it's something you can answer. You know what I mean?
Did you?
Seems like something you should have had pulled up by now.
Did you do the research on that?
He played it.
Toomba, PS1.
Toomba.
I actually never played Toomba in my life.
So how do you know it's a thing?
No, it was one of the big PlayStation games. Look at it. Look, he's laughing because it's real. You want to pull it up for the listeners, you fuck? You want to see your words?
I want to see it.
What's taking so long? This guy.
It actually came out on the PS3
Show us.
as well.
I want to see it too. I'm glad you could see.
It came up on what? Oh, the PS. What?
On the PS3.
Oh yeah, like as when they were doing the
Skip.
porting. Yeah,
Skip
let's
forward?
watch these letterings. God.
It's just a trailer.
I know, but I just want to. Okay.
Toomba. This is Toomba.
Oh my God! Looks like Mario 64.
You remember seeing Toomba?
Fucking caveman.
What is this?
I just remember seeing it. I've never actually played it. It seems like my shit though.
Has your name written all over it?
I guess.
No. Anyway. Next piece of news. PS5, Jim Ryan taking more shots. He fired them off. I guess, like you said, saving face, but he don't give a fuck. So, Sony won't put its new first-party games on a subscription service because it's not sustainable. That sounds similar to another program that we all know and probably talked about already during the show. I'll read you the quote here. So, Sony, we have had this conversation before. We are not going to go down the road of putting new release titles into a subscription model. These games cost millions of dollars, well over $100 million to develop. We just don't see that as sustainable, says Sony. Ryan added, this is Jim Ryan. Jim Ryan added, Sony's ambition to make games bigger and better, and hopefully at some stage more persistent. A day one first party subscription model like Game Pass wouldn't suit the ambition for PlayStation. We want to expand and grow our existing ecosystem, and putting new games into a subscription model just doesn't sit with that. I mean, I can see the ecosystem they're talking about building. Now, as far as sustainability, I don't know. I mean, it seems like they're trying to sustain making the consoles, and I mean, I guess you can't double down on quality of games and quality of consoles at the same time without losing something in between. I don't know if that's what he's trying to get at. That's what I feel like he was reaching for by saying these.
This is like Movie Pass. And I get his point, and that's the one thing where that was my question when Xbox launched Game Pass. Is like, how sustainable is this that you're just, it's $10 and you get everything that Xbox has to offer, right? Yeah. For $10 instead of buying like a $300 software or $60 game. And it's an interesting question because we saw it play out with Movie Pass, right? Mm-hmm. Where it was basically $10 and you can go see unlimited movies, and then they changed it, and then they changed it, and then they changed it, and then they went bankrupt. And then we've also seen it with Netflix, where it's a subscription, and then they have these big budget productions on it, and they were still not making money, and then they finally just started turning a profit because the amount of subscribers. So if Xbox Game Pass doesn't get a certain amount of subscribers, I agree with them. It's not sustainable. But if Xbox Game Pass becomes the new Netflix for gaming, you're all of a sudden very sustainable.
I mean, to that note, I have an article here at the bottom.
What's that article?
He did his research.
I did a little bit of research.
We'll see.
Now, the title of the article is something different, but it's talking about Xbox Game Pass in general. It says its earnings, talking about Microsoft, right? Its earnings for a full year ended June 30th, 2020. Microsoft did not provide an updated number, but did say that its growth is up 11%, and content and service revenues was largely driven by higher engagement due to COVID-19. I believe they're up to now 15 million subscribers on Game Pass. Yeah, 15 million.
15 million, huh?
Fact checked it.
That's a lot.
15 million
subs. There's going to be more. Definitely.
10 a pop. No, pop 10 plus because you need Xbox Live to play these games online. So
what's 15 million times
10 base? 15 million times 10, that's
150 million.
Jeff Bezos.
150 million?
Jeff Bezos' pocket.
$150 million.
Jeff Bezos' pocket.
Pretty good. I mean, just off the bat with not even this announcement, and they're at $150 million.
But is that enough? Because they literally just bought more companies, though. You know what I mean? Like, is that enough to sustain being able to pay all of these?
Well, CB's you got Microsoft back.
You know what I mean?
It's not just Xbox. Like, you got one of the most lucrative companies in the world.
It's the second most valuable company behind Apple, I think.
Yeah, so they got more money to play with.
I don't think there's any scenario where Xbox ever goes down. I think Microsoft is too big for Xbox to fail.
I know if it becomes super failing, to the point to where they're like, as a company, they're just like, this is not worth it anymore.
I think that happens to PlayStation before it happens to Sony.
No,
you don't think so?
No. PlayStation's their biggest stream. I mean, yeah, if they were fleeting, no, I don't even think that. PlayStation's such a name, and it's their most profitable part of the Sony corporation. I don't think that.
No, that's what I'm saying though.
I think they'd sell it off.
Sony.
Before they
that's what I'm
it.
saying. Sony. That's what I'm saying. Sony isn't as well off as Microsoft is, so Sony might not be in a position to be able to sustain how big PlayStation is.
Yeah, but that's why they're not doing their Games Pass model.
My question is,
that's a good point.
I mean, I know we haven't even gone to PS5 and Series X, but like, is Xbox gonna make a console after the Series X, or like, are we just gonna keep Series X base because it's overspec'd? Like, I'm sure it could be quite capable of handling the next gen after that. Like, it's overspec'd.
It has 8K.
It's 8K, enough teraflops of over fucking drive, like 160 frames,
which is crazy because I'd say it's almost it's as powerful as a gaming PC.
Yeah,
and it's like $500.
Are they going to make a next console? Because they're doubling down on Game Pass, which at this point is all digital.
You gotta imagine Sony and both Xbox are losing money on these.
On what?
On the actual consoles themselves.
Significantly. To some degree, sure.
Significantly.
Yeah,
I'd say they're losing out on $500 per console.
Is it worth it in the back end though?
With the amount of games that they sell, yes.
Yes. So I mean, with the amount of games that Xbox will be selling, well, I don't even know if they'll be selling the games because they'll just be selling the experience.
Think about it. iBuyPower doesn't make money off of games. But
right.
PlayStation makes money off of games.
Right.
So I gotta imagine they're losing $500 off of each console.
What? No,
right?
No.
So this even becomes a bigger profit for Xbox.
No way. It's just as powerful as a gaming PC.
There's no way.
It's more power, but how much is a gaming PC?
At least probably like a decent one running
Like 16, 17, 1800.
I mean, that's if you're trying to max out specs.
Yeah, you
Not even maxed out. That's not even maxed out.
You gotta.
I mean, that's if you're even trying to
specs.
attempt max out specs. Like you're looking at 16, 17.
I mean,
if you're trying to run something
mine's like a
decent,
mid tower.
If you're trying to run like a Call of Duty like 4K, you're probably looking at 1,000.
Yeah, but I'm
Especially
saying
with the 3080s.
The Xbox Series X is better spec'd than my PC that I have, and I spent $1,600.
Are you serious? No way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Well, you bought a fucking whole
I don't-
one. That was your fault.
No, but what I'm saying is,
You're saying that
even if you built that, you're still looking at like 15. Like if you built
To
that
be able
without a pre-build, correct? So what I'm saying is they're losing out. Yeah, because they've done this before. On the PS3 they lost money. On the Xbox
but
360 they
that's
lost
why it was
money.
so expensive. I mean, if they
No,
were-
but I'm saying the Xbox 360 they were selling at a loss too.
Yeah.
They've done this all the time
no, it's normal. But
because
there's no
they
way
make a
they're-
ton of money off the back end on video games.
There's no way they're losing $500.
So that-
Yeah, 500. Look, I threw that number out because I
Okay.
think the PS3 was like 100. They were selling at $150 loss.
So, but what
Yeah.
you're saying, like you're trying to say, like it makes sense that Xbox sold a console, a lower spec console, then since they'd be losing money anyway, just give a little bullshit console that's gonna be able to do just enough.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
makes more
even
sense.
that, it's not a bullshit console.
I mean, it's not a bullshit console, but like it's not
still
the Series
pretty-
X, right?
It's still
Yeah.
pretty.
Correct.
It's still pretty hefty.
So I
Like,
guess
it's not
they
running
can.
4K. It's damn for sure not running at 8K. It's like it's bullshit. I mean, it's gonna be bullshit 3 years down.
1220p though.
I mean,
It's like
sure.
that in between 1080 4K.
Mhm.
I don't know. So it's just interesting to me. It's like because you gotta imagine $500. They're losing money. Like I don't know if it's $500. That does seem steep, but like, but if you think about it, a gaming PC is like you said, like an entry level one. You're looking at like 1,000.
But like I said, going back to PS5, like they're trying to build this ecosystem. So like I don't know if the money difference is made like on the TVs, right? Because like now you can play like the new Sonys, I believe this year are going to be optimized to work best with the PS5. So it's like they're trying to get you to get that. They're trying to get you to get the PS5. They're trying to maybe get you to more accessories. I don't know what comes next as far as like VR. I know they're going to be in that realm as far as competing with Oculus. So it's like
We were talking about that today.
Yeah.
I really see the next PlayStation VR being a standalone headset like the Rift, and then you can plug it in just like the Rift can to the PC. You can plug it into your PlayStation.
yeah, we've talked about in the past back at our old spot when we had the little spot in Hayward. Remember?
Mhm.
Sony was doubling down on investing into the VR like a long time ago.
Yeah.
And so it's like now, like they said, they're trying to build this ecosystem. Sorry, I had to burp. They're trying to build this ecosystem, which I think could compete as far as a gaming experience versus the amount of games I think Xbox is trying to throw at you. So it's more like a quality versus quantity thing. I think we're gonna start running into.
I don't know,
especially
because
going to the
PlayStation has game. Like they're gonna be
Yeah.
able to compete on games. Xbox just now.
I'm talking about quality of the experience.
I know. I think they'll both have quality experiences. Like I do. PlayStation's more optimized for hardware, yes, but I really do think this is gonna be the most interesting like console war we've had.
I feel like Sony eventually is going to turn into like the next Apple, but for like the gaming sector, the game industry. Like,
Seems like it.
where it's like, oh, like you need a Sony TV, you're gonna have your Apple phone, you're gonna have your Apple MacBooks, you can have your iMac.
But Sony doesn't have the cachet Apple has.
No way.
I mean, slowly
like
it seems like they're trying to work their way
like
into
a
that.
diet
Starting
realm.
with gaming, yeah, but
Yeah.
I think outside gaming they don't have that kind of cachet. I think in gaming they have that cachet.
I mean, Xbox has kind of built that with Samsung. So I mean, like, if
Well, that's it's different.
kinda, sorta,
It's different.
No, it's different.
It's different.
how?
What do you mean it's different? That's just a marketing deal. It doesn't work better with it. Like even the PlayStation is not going to work better with like the new TV. That's stupid.
Yes, it would.
No, it's
It's
not.
marketing. It's all just
Where have you heard that? Where's the article?
They said that.
Who? Where?
Sony.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
He did the research.
Pull it up.
Pull it up. So
Put it up.
PlayStation 5 is going to work better with Sony TVs.
It's gonna be more. It's gonna be optimized.
Yeah,
their
works better
TVs.
with PlayStation TVs or
Sure,
Sony
Sure,
TVs.
whatever the article says, man.
No, but that's just. I mean, think about it. If you're selling TVs and one TV manufacturer this is gonna get really nerdy, but owns PlayStation and they're pimping
Really nerdy.
PlayStation for gaming, and gaming is a big majority of the people who buy TVs. You're gonna partner with Xbox and be like, hey, can we like use your name so we could put it on our TVs on a display in a store? so then people know that we do gaming too?
Where's this article at?
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Yeah, no.
What'd you type? You probably typed something dumb.
PS5 TV optimization.
That's dumb.
No, I feel like that's pretty solid. So Flowers making up bullshit.
I don't think it gets any better than that.
What fucking ever. Shut up. I don't need you to fucking tell me it's all right.
Sorry, check my privilege.
What else we got here? You kind of rushed through a lot of
Come on, bro. I
news
thought you
articles,
prepared.
man.
Well, we were having a good conversation. I was having a great conversation.
We still are. I almost skipped over this one. PS5 file sizes revealed for games like Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Demon Souls. So let me read a little bit about this because
I'm
not too surprised, but I mean, it's still like, damn, like,
it sucks.
Damn. So from Software's Demon Souls hits the PlayStation 3 in 2009, had a file size of about 8, let's round it down, 8 gigabytes. When the Demon Souls remake launches again alongside the PlayStation 5 on November 12th, it'll be somewhat larger. According to the listing on Sony's PlayStation 5 Direct side, Demon Souls 2020 will take up to 66 gigs of PS5 storage. It's one of 2 game listings that were updated. The file size on the site over the weekend. There's only Spider-Man Morales Ultimate Edition, which includes 2018 Spider-Man, the big old 105, with the PS4 weighing just 47 for Miles Morales and 57 for a 2018.
I wish we were getting 2 terabyte hard drives. I feel like that's
I feel like they're cheaping out on that. Like just giving a super small hard drive
100%.
like that.
800 gigabytes. But again, they're the SSDs. Like they're the brand new
and
SSDs.
you're not even gonna be getting 800 or 850. You're gonna be getting like 700 or
No, it's 800.
It's about 8 after the
operating system and everything.
I wonder if they're saying that because maybe it is a terabyte and then the operating system take up that. I wonder if that's why that's the weird number of
1.2 and then they kind of the operating system takes to 200 so we get a full 1,000.
Yeah,
that would actually be pretty
so
smart.
but I wonder if they're
I doubt it.
Marketing it as that. I'm not sure. That's weird. The 800 is a weird number.
I feel like at that point, why not market it at 1 terabyte?
I just wonder, can I sue for this? Like, if they advertise this at 1 terabyte and I get 800, can I sue?
No, but they didn't they advertise that at 800.
But I mean, if I buy my PlayStation console and like it says 1 TB on the bottom of it, and like I turn it on and it says like 800.
It says 800.
Really?
Yeah, it's advertised at 800 something.
Well,
825, I think.
I guess I can't sue.
Yep.
I probably could have sued for the PS4 because the PS4 said it.
Possibly.
Everything says it. Your phone, laptops, everything.
I wonder if it was just like to maybe get that full terabyte, it raised the cost of the PS5 to undesirable price, like $550 or something.
But
I wonder if that's like the reason. I don't know what the reason is, but here's the thing. I'm fine with it until we get into the later years. The issue is I need to have a ready replacement that I can uninstall on my PS5 and install a new one by like 6 months. You have 6 months after launch to get me a replacement for this SSD because it's proprietary. You can't, or it's not proprietary, but it's not readily available. So I can't just go to Best Buy and buy this like, regular SSD. Like I need that specific SSD. So they better have one for me that's 2 terabytes 6 months after it launches.
I mean, at least it's not like the Xbox. You hear what Xbox is doing because I'm sure they're in the same boat as far as file sizes. And so, like, as far as you being able to get it expandable, because PS5 you can get an expandable SSD, like you said, go to Best Buy.
I don't think you can at launch.
No, you can't.
I mean, I don't know about at launch, but it says it will allow for expanded storages.
There's no way because
eventually,
look how the PS5 SSD is so custom right now, and it's so specific to the hardware that's no manufacturer makes an SSD that fast.
This is the article says. I'm just reading off the article, man.
Oh, Come on, did you research?
Who is that?
This is the research. CNET.
CNET.
Oh my
god. Fake news.
CNET.
It's not the Onion, lied to me. No, I think Xbox has an advantage here because they're able to. They have a terabyte first of all. Xbox Series X has a terabyte, and they also at launch are gonna have those Seagate expandable drives. Yeah, they're gonna be $200 or whatever, but you still have that option to expand right away.
You're gonna buy your what? $300 console for Xbox, right?
$500.
I'm just assuming you bought the the cheap out. You bought the.
Why would I buy the cheap one? No, I'm buying the Series X.
You bought the Series S.
No,
for $300, and then you're like, okay, I get my 500 gigs. It's not enough. That's 3 games for me, including like Modern Warfare, right? So it's like I get 3 games plus Modern Warfare, cool, Games Pass, on there, and then like what? Year 2, you're like, what am I gonna do? You're gonna spend another $300 on this expansion pass? No.
Well, at least you have that option.
No.
Well,
at least you have that option.
Well, and then we're gonna get the mid-year refreshes where they're like, oh, it comes with 2 terabytes, just like they did with the PS4 with 500 gigabytes, and they expanded it to 1 terabyte.
And it's gonna be another $300.
That 500 million edition, man, the 2 terabytes is nice on that.
It came with 2 terabytes.
Came with 2 terabytes.
No way.
Had to do what you had to do. Did you want to buy it?
I would have.
I could have sold it for you because I don't think you made enough profit. And
he made no
critic
profit.
got it. No, yeah, no. I just want to be
critic got it.
Yeah. If I know it's going to a good home, I'm not gonna be an asshole and be like $1,000.
This guy. This fucking.
Look, bro, I just need to get my money back, and I made somebody else's day. You know what I mean?
I mean, hey,
I sold
shout
my
out to Wanna Be
Switch
Critic. Shout out
like
to you for hooking them
600.
up. I guess keep the world turning. Everybody's happy, right?
Yeah.
Kumbaya.
I believe in good karma. Maybe I don't. This year's been pretty shit. You know what I mean?
You're good. Relax.
It's been a really bad year for I think all of us. I think we can all attest to that. But you know what? It only gets better from here.
Shut up.
All right.
Did you want to talk about the Amazon?
Yeah, I was gonna get into it.
Oh, so you were jumping around.
Why
I
you
wasn't
got-
sure.
I'm jumping.
It looks like you were missing a lot of
Why you
things.
gotta
I'm
cut
jumping
off?
from article to article. Let me run the show. Let me try to boot. Damn. PS5. Amazon warns it may not be able to deliver pre-orders by release date. You ordered through Best Buy, right?
Yes, sir. I'm not doing trash
ordered
at
through Best
Amazon.
Buy.
They can't deliver games on time. What makes you think they're going to do this high demand console on time?
Never trust Amazon.
Never trust
Never
Amazon.
trust
I'm honestly
Amazon.
tired of just having things shipped to me because there's always big delays
Always.
every time, especially nowadays.
And that's assuming the coronavirus doesn't get worse.
I mean, that too, right?
Yeah.
First of all, if you're shopping for games with Amazon, you're really fucking up. There's so many better options. Best Buy is if you're in the States and Canada, I guess, the Best Buy is the best option for it. To be honest, I never before 3-4 years ago, I never used Best Buy. I never went into Best Buy. I never shopped with Best Buy. And after having my experiences with them, I think they are the best for actual gaming stuff. The
How
releases.
about you say good things
fuck
about Best
Walmart.
Buy, but about my show?
But Best Buy's good, you know? I'm just kidding. I love this fucking show.
Yeah, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
But yeah, no. To me, I feel because my experience with Amazon's okay, I pre-ordered this game. I can't wait to play it. Hey, it's gonna get here in 2 days after it launched. Cool. Could have bought it digitally, and I could have played it at 9:00 that day. So it's if you're gonna go physical, or if you're doing a console, go with Best Buy. I'm doing all digital, so I get home, I plug it up to our super speed, lightning fast internet, and then I'll be able to download Sackboy like that, and I'll be into it in seconds.
You know what's crazy? I got the fucking disc version. I'm still gonna buy my games all digital.
Why? Oh, because that was the only option.
I mean, I just buy digital games anyway. But I bought the disc version because I need a DVD player,
Yes.
and I steelbook cases for games, and I like some games I will buy the steelbook case and the disc for. So
Interesting. That is interesting.
Yeah.
that's one of the.
I think
main
just
reasons.
having a 4K Blu-ray player.
Yeah, I mean that was honestly a big
that's-
plus for me because I don't have one, and I'm gonna get a Sony TV soon, so it's
Is it-
optimization, right?
Technically an 8K Blu-ray player?
Nah.
Well, it's
See,
8K optimized.
I don't get how they do that because the PS4 Pro,
Ooh,
the PS4 Pro
Specs at
was able to play
Ryan?
4K games, but it didn't have a 4K.
But
Blu-ray
they
player.
were super sampled games.
Yeah.
It wasn't real 4K.
Show me the money.
Some of them ran natively, didn't they?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it was kind of bullshit, but not
Yeah.
really. It still looked great though.
Yeah.
I think eventually I'll get a second one with a disc drive for my bedroom because I would like to have that.
See, what I'm
Blu-ray player in
thinking-
my room. Just cut me off, Adrian. It's cool.
Yeah.
What's up? What do you guys say?
So yeah, fuck your opinion. What I'm thinking is get a PS5 digital and then get the Series X because the Series X comes with.
How about you just get a PS5 disc and then get a PC?
What?
This fucking guy.
Man,
What?
Wow.
You get best of both worlds.
I was about to say something that would make me lose another future job.
Yeah, be careful.
But that's the stupidest shit
That
I've
is
ever
it.
heard.
What? I get a PS5 and I get a PC.
Tell me what PC you can build for
You
$500.
said buy a PS5 game and then get a PC?
Oh, honestly, I don't know what we were talking about.
I don't know what you're talking
What
about.
do you?
I don't know. I start rambling.
What
I
is he
lost the
saying?
thread. I tried to
We
jump
were
back on the thread.
Well, technically, I got cut off by Adrian.
Yeah. You
I
know.
lost
Well,
the
you know
thread.
what?
Tambo, I miss you.
Your opinion sucks. So I'm glad I
Brought
cut
us
you off.
back to nothing. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I want one with a Blu-ray player for my room so I can have that 4K Blu-ray player, 8K Blu-ray player maybe, in my room for my OLED.
I'm gonna get the digital and just put it in here, and I want to get like the disc and put it in my room. That's the focus. That's the dream.
That is the dream.
So don't try to be like me.
I know. I mean, I said it first. That thought came after my thought.
But I already put it in motion.
Did you?
Yeah.
You already pre-ordered it?
Yep.
Oh, let me see it.
See what?
You pre-ordered for your other one.
My other PS5?
Yeah. Where'd you pre-order from?
Best Buy.
Oh, you pre-ordered 2 from Best Buy.
Just one.
Oh, okay. Then where'd you pre-order your other one? Because you said you put it in motion.
I did.
Yeah. So
I
where
got
did
the
you
first
get
one.
the other one?
The second one's it's in motion. You gotta trust the process.
Oh, so you just leached off my
Step
thing.
one.
It's right. You can leech off my thing. I don't care.
I already did this. I just didn't speak it on camera.
Yeah, until after me.
So what are you gonna do with this one?
You hurt Mikey's feeling. He
What
has
do you
to make sure
Mikey
that
be
he's
trying to
first at
It's
act
everything.
alright.
like
I be doing. I
his
get a cool
ideas
new
didn't
desk.
come
Everybody
from
wants a
me.
cool new desk.
I was the
I get
first.
a cool chair. Everybody wants my cool new chair.
First of all,
I get 3 monitors.
I
All of a
kept my-
sudden, everybody wants 3
It's
monitors.
all about Mikey.
I got two monitors. You know, double up, double game. Because I want to be different. Mikey always trying to take my ideas and act like he made them. It's fine. I love you though.
I'm gonna let you sit in that.
Let me sit in there. Next piece of news. Fuck you talking about? Next piece of news. Final Fantasy 16 was revealed during the little PS5 event, and not 15, 16. And I don't know if y'all seen it, but I got some mixed feelings about it. Can you pull up the video, Adrian, that I had pulled up for you to put, but you wasn't paying attention, so now we'll have to talk about it.
I had him fix some audio things. We were peaking red, so I just had him. Take care of that.
Man, shut up. It's probably you. All right, so back to this. Final Fantasy, right? 16 looks real good. Like gameplay looks smooth, and it reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy 15. As you know, I have mixed feelings about Final Fantasy 15. It was rushed for sure. I think the developers even admitted to it being rushed, and this looks just like it, but maybe with a more developed story, which I'm crossing my fingers for. But the gameplay mechanics look pretty much the same.
Are you excited?
I don't know.
Did you finish Final Fantasy 7?
I did not finish Final Fantasy 7.
Hey, Mikey.
Don't be fucking no.
Didn't we make a
Reach
bet?
Mike. Don't be over there laughing before I fucking answer the question. All right. Let me fucking answer the question. Then you can have your laughs and giggles.
Mikey and I made a bet. First of all, I want to know who
making
was.
bets.
I made so many bets on the show. I'm so good at it.
But it's like, how many games have you finished in the last 2 months?
I finished in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
Remember when he said he beat Ghost of Tsushima before I beat Last of Us, and I beat Last of Us way before he beat Ghost of Tsushima?
Well, you beat Last before I even got the game.
What are you talking about?
Because Last of Us came before Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, no, you're right, but like,
And then I got
that's
Ghost of
you
Tsushima, and
making
then you
stupid bets.
Yeah.
Like that's on you.
Well-
And I didn't even touch it for like a week.
Hey, play
Well,
stupid
like,
game
I
with
didn't
some
even have the
prizes,
game.
right?
And I didn't even touch it for a week.
I didn't have Ghost of Tsushima. I only said
What
that.
was
to
the
get
last
to
game
play
you
it.
finished?
No, I still played it. You know, I forgot
I
all
know
about
you-
it.
You
To be
forgot about
honest.
what?
The bet until after I beat it.
I mean, it
And
wasn't
was
really
like,
a bet. I just said like, I'm gonna beat Ghost of Tsushima before you beat
Yeah,
Last of Us.
again,
And then,
saying
like, you just kind of
stupid
sat down
shit.
one day and just like,
It's okay. You can say,
I'm gonna just knock
you can
out
say stupid
Last of
shit.
Us
I'm not
2.
mad at it.
You know what? Back
What-
to fucking Final
What was
Fantasy
the last?
16.
What was the last game you finished? I'm interested. What was it?
He's got a point.
Last game I finished. What was the last?
Ghost
I don't
of
play a lot of
Tsushima.
story games. Like Ghost of Tsushima.
It's
No,
been
no,
years.
that says he was lying.
Oh yeah,
He's like, I beat Ghost of Tsushima, but Clutch played on his.
You had a
Clutch played on
I
his
still beat
console.
it. Original
No, Clutch beat it.
Yep, Clutch beat it.
Clutch beat it
100%.
on my account.
on your account.
That doesn't mean I didn't beat the game.
No, you didn't.
Adrian,
He did.
That's like me having someone platinum trophies for me and be like,
Jesus.
I platinumed the
So
trophy.
I can't just say I beat the game. Like
No.
Besides him beating it on my actual account, like I can't beat it for myself.
No,
No, you didn't beat
you
it.
didn't beat it.
No, you
Fuck
can,
yeah.
but you didn't.
You did it.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
we know. We know you
Yeah,
did.
I mean, that's the last game I beat. Honestly, like
But you
story
before
game.
that. What about before that?
I couldn't tell you. I just couldn't tell you.
That's sad.
No, I'm excited to beat Crash Bandicoot. You know what I mean? Let me see those trophies. Let me see what that's like.
Shut up.
Sorry. Back to this nerd shit. So you in or you out? It sounds like you're out. By the way, there's a lot of news.
Foot in, foot out. I don't know. I mean, I really need to see a little bit more before I put my foot all the way in. I need to see more story stuff. I'm being real with you because that's what Final Fantasy 15 lacked. I'm sure the gameplay for this game is going to be phenomenal. Like the trailer showed a lot of gameplay already because like I'm sure it's a lot of copy and paste from 15 because it was good gameplay. But yeah.
No. Yes. Yes, it is. Just ask in the middle of the show. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't just hit stop recording. That would have been just a quick and simple way.
That's right. He's learning. He's learning.
It's okay.
What was I gonna say?
Well, I mean, you know.
Also, we didn't talk about the Harry Potter game.
I asked you, did you like it?
Was that last week?
That was during the PS5
No,
event.
that was last week.
No, that was after the podcast.
Yeah, in between.
Yeah, everything was after the podcast. It's a Monday.
Yeah. God, there's a lot of news this fucking week.
Yeah, a lot of shots taken. I mean, I didn't really show a lot of like the gameplay stuff because like I didn't want to just sit there and go through what everybody's seen. So.
Yeah. But are you a Harry Potter fan?
I watched the Harry Potter series one good time. I enjoyed it a lot. Now, am I going to be excited to play the game? I don't know. I mean, supposedly it's like a bully version, right? Where you can kind of create your own character and like, I guess like you kind of go to like classes and shit and like, I'll just play Grand Theft Auto or something like or Saints Row. Like I'm not like it's cool. Like looks like another like Xenoverse 2 or like a Jump Force, but like in the Harry Potter world, like a lot of like games are starting to become like RPG, especially games like around that genre. Like it's like a big world. You kind of like it'd be a good idea if like you can kind of do it yourself type of thing. You know what I mean? A lot of games are being made like that, and they all kind of feel the same. So like, it could be cool.
So not gonna play God of War?
Now ask me, I'm gonna beat God of War.
No, are you gonna play God of War?
Oh, we already know that.
Yeah,
we already know the answer to that one.
I'm gonna play. God of War.
I don't need to ask you.
You already know I'm gonna play it.
No, yeah, that's not what we're talking. You're not gonna.
That's
finish
not a
it.
question.
How are you gonna make sense of the story?
Did you not finish
How
God
are
of
you gonna
War?
make
Do you know
sense
who
with
the boy is?
Wait, did you not finish God of War?
No.
All right.
No.
This was a good
We
show.
know that. That's been established for a while
We
in
got
this podcast.
Whoa.
nice little show we had today.
Damn, there's a lot of news.
Happy Monday.
I wish we had more than an hour because there's like so much to cover.
What you want to talk about, bro? You keep just talking about news stories and shit. Like
sorry.
my news stories
Well,
wasn't good enough for
the
you.
PlayStation event. That's all.
What's up?
But it's good.
What's
We
up?
don't gotta talk about it.
Xbox
Xbox pre-orders
Hey,
open tomorrow.
Hey, I have a conversation. Over here.
Xbox's pre-orders do open tomorrow. The day this
Oh, I wonder
posts.
what the sales like. You think a lot of people are gonna buy that $299? Are you gonna buy it?
You're not gonna get the
I wonder what the
X.
sales comparison is gonna be.
I'm gonna get the Series X. I'm a cop.
Series S?
X.
Why?
What do you mean? Why?
Why would you get the Series X after all your friends just told you they bought a PS5?
I'm getting both.
Money. I like that. Keep that energy.
Yes.
Poor pieces of shit like you
I'll
would
just
know.
play with you on my PC.
That's cool.
I got a PC.
Yeah, I'll still play with you. on
You know,
Xbox.
it's funny because I think by the time my Xbox comes in, it'll be more powerful than your PC. Because
No, not true.
yeah.
Oh, actually, his PC. Yeah. It's a good show today.
I don't have nothing to say.
I was just about to say, you just gonna leave
PC
us up
strong.
on the picture-in-picture screen for half the thing?
No, I actually timed it perfectly right when the video ended.
Appreciate that.
Yes,
I
sir.
didn't even know you're still peeping the video. Look at you.
Yeah.
Got your wear goggles on.
I know
there.
I'm having a good show today. Let me know.
Look,
How'd it go?
I'm about to end the
let's
show
just keep
because
talking.
y'all
Let's
playing
just
with
keep
me. Y'all
going.
playing my emotions. Y'all making me look bad on camera.
Let's see.
I just gotta end the show.
hold on.
I love you. I
I
love
want
you.
to make a bet with Mikey right now. What launch games are you getting, Sean?
Me?
Yeah.
I want to get Godfall. I'm gonna get Spider-Man. And I want to try the Sackboy.
Okay.
So
Out
those
of
probably
the-
3 games I'm gonna touch.
Out of those 3 games, Mikey, how many do you think you'll finish?
0.
0. Okay.
I'll probably finish Godfall before Spider-Man for
No,
sure.
no, you won't.
You know, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll say 1. Yeah.
He won't
100%.
finish Godfall.
No.
And
I'll-
he's definitely not gonna finish Spider-Man.
You know what, Sean, I'm gonna give you the
You didn't
benefit
beat
of the
the
doubt.
first Spider-Man. What makes you think you're gonna beat this
Alright,
fucking
man.
Spider-Man?
Did you
That's
not
where we're
beat
gonna end the
Spider-Man?
show. Thanks for watching, everybody. My name is That Kid Flowers. To the left of me, I have my co-host Cheeks_Jr.
I love you. I wouldn't want to do this with anybody else.
In the producer chair in the back, we have Adrian. You want to
Yo.
give you some plugs, Adrian? Which you want to plug?
I'll plug my Twitter now. You know what? I'm
Hey,
finally
look,
on
we
Twitter.
moving up. He
I'm-
giving y'all Twitter.
I'm finally on Twitter.
What's your name on Twitter?
My name on Twitter is Adrian with 6 Y's.
Okay, we got to work on that.
I'm gonna just bleep that part out. Honestly,
we got to work on that. Fucking
Cheeks, you want to plug anything, man?
Yeah, I do a show called Tech Fever right here on youtube.com/playeverything. It doesn't go live yet. We're working on that. But you can catch that on Thursdays at 10 a.m. every 10 a.m. on Thursdays. Me and Kevin Coelho from Kind of Funny and Tambo producing the show. We break down the nerdy news of the week through tech. This week I actually talked about my Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2. So if you want to see that, my impressions on that, go check out that new episode. Kevin talks a lot of shit about Apple. We have a good time. A lot of times we just talk about nonsense. And you can follow me at Cheeks_Junior on Twitter. Keep up to date with all my information there. And seriously though, tweet at me. Let me know if you want to see. Tweet at me though. Let me know if you want to see that video, because I think that's a go for that video. So I just want to see if you guys want to see that. If you want to hear about my experience with that I talked about in the beginning of the show with losing a dream job, I think it's interesting. So I would have liked to heard that information before I got into the games industry.
All right. Shout out to Tambo Vlog. Shout out to Monkey King. This was a good show. Logging off. Thank y'all for watching. See this on tomorrow. Wait, don't close the show yet. Tomorrow, if you missed this live show, you can see it at Tuesday. Is it tomorrow's Tuesday? Tomorrow's Tuesday at 10 a.m. You can catch it there. All right. You can go ahead and close the show now. We logging off for real.
All right. Peace.